At the convergence of media and technology are some of the world's most valuable companies, and they're all battling for the same precious resource: eyeballs and time spent. At the center of that battle is access to exclusive and engaging content, and nowhere is that more clear than the resurgence that we've seen in digital gaming. Public equity valuations for digital gaming as a whole are up 150% over the last 3 years. That's compared to 46% in music and 29% in film and TV. Today we have the phenomenon of esports, professional players coming together in real time to compete for titles. There are over 400 million viewers around the world of esports. Market research indicates that about half of the viewers of esports don't actually play the games. As a result, we've seen ecosystems around esports fully develop with franchisees, leagues, teams that all look a lot like traditional sports, including multimillionaire teenagers overnight by being the best at something that they love to do. The bottom line is the entire ecosystem around digital gaming is only getting better.
It's not a popular opinion yet, but the fact of the matter is ESPN is now showing esports. They've come to the realization that they're no different. Chess has been a sport for a very long time, and we understand that there is such a thing as an intellectual sport. The other thing that has really shifted in video games, you're not watching people play Mario here. Some people do, but that's not what esports is about. These new games that are being pushed as esports are being built from the ground up as esports. And one of the major features that has gone into that is a spectator mode, where you have a different view if you're a player versus if you're someone watching as a third party. And in that user interface, as a spectator, you're seeing things like a scoreboard. You're seeing things like which team is ahead in gold lead, which team is ahead in towers taken down, which team is ahead in dragon kills. Things like that make it very watchable. It's very easy to quickly turn on a show that is live streaming a video game competition and know who's winning and where they are in the game in a way that you would if you tuned into a football game. Furthermore, you're having a dialogue, a working history of your players, that you have these commentators, that we call them shoutcasters in esports. They're normal sports broadcasters, though, that are calling out individual plays. They're talking about plays in context with historical performances from various teams and players. You have the story being written about players that are moving from team to team. You have Cinderella stories of players who have made immense sacrifices in order to pursue this passion of theirs and be a professional player. And their salaries are comparable to professional athletes now. They are professional athletes. Paleo Gaming is an organization, a company that fields competitive video game teams, teams that play in popular video games online. But it's also a community, an international community of online video game enthusiasts and players who gives us this unique built-in fan base. In the esports industry, this growing industry, usually you are defined as either a team or as a community, but very rarely is it both. And in that way, Paleo Gaming straddles this void in the market space of these mixed organizations. So I actually went to school to become a paleontologist. I've always loved dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures. I ended up becoming a geologist. I work more in environmental science, though, but that passion for paleontology remained. And when I was looking for a way to brand the company, that was sort of my fingerprint, my signature on the company. And a lot of people love dinosaurs. They're exciting. And they represent something primal and something familiar that all of us sort of carry through childhood that excites us. And it's just as true that video games are something we carry with us from childhood. And so I think that actually has worked out in some nostalgia factor to make us that much more appealing to the public. It can be very difficult for teams to find and acquire new players for a number of reasons. One, there are a lot of players out there, and their skill level varies a lot, even within the tiered ranking system that exists, which is very helpful to gauge roughly a player's skill level. There's still wildly varying skills within those levels. As far as how Paleo Gaming goes about acquiring new players, part of what helps us, a major boon, is the fact that we run parallel with our community, and our community attracts players who just want to have friends to play with, and from there we have this sort of picking pool of talented players to pull from. So esports, it just suffuses everyday life in a way that even traditional sports do not, because you can do this from the comfort of your own home, and many players do. Even pro-am and some professional players, they're balancing school in addition to playing, and on the amateur level they're balancing school and often day jobs in addition to playing. It's something that everyone can be a part of, and I think that's what makes it so appealing to its fan base, is that they feel involved in the conversation. They feel like they could get stuck in a game with these pro players in a way that you can't if you're playing football. You're not going to play with Peyton Manning in a backyard football game unless you know Peyton Manning in real life. You could play with these professional players in League of Legends. It's possible. And being that close to their idols, being that close to these professional athletes is exciting for people. It makes them feel like they have skin in the game.
I like to keep a sort of friendly relationship with my players, with my teammates, because as Paleo Gaming originally started as a community, I think it's important to keep that personal level with the players. However, in certain times of either crisis or in a time of where we need to get work done, we keep it we get it done in a very professional manner. I remind them that at the end of the day, we are still coworkers and we are businessmen.
I don't know if I'd call it a drawback, but one of the challenges presented by being part of an organization is the enhanced level of commitment required of the players. In many cases, these players are younger individuals ranging from 17 to 21 years old. And for many of them, they're struggling between the time commitments of a full-time job, likely being a full-time student in college, and in addition, putting in 5 or 6 hours a night in some cases, practicing for an organization, taking the time to make sure they're ready for upcoming events, giving up their weekends and social time for those events, tournaments, and things of that sort. So one of the main ways that being part of an organization differs from being part of a casual team environment is that for a casual team environment, the team doesn't have that level of requirement on them. But as a result, the benefits that are provided by being part of an organization are that you can achieve much more exposure and success being part of an organization, because it brings that level of discipline and organization that being part of a casual team just doesn't have.
I do feel that League of Legends is a sort of passion of mine. Perhaps not in the sense that I can become a professional player one day, but I feel that working with Paleo Gaming and working with Dan and with the players is a medium for me to fulfill that sort of passion, to keep myself attached to the sort of scene, to the community. I think that most people that look at us, most players that come to us in terms of trying to get a spot on a team, all recognize us and they're like, hey, I want to hop on that train. I want to be a part of that, because they see us going places. And honestly, as we've proven with some of the improvements we've made over the past couple months, we became a business in November, and since then we've only grown exponentially. And I think a lot of people notice that and they want to get on board.
So I am Danny Cisneros, also known as Paleo Ever, and
I'm Alex Ramirez, also known as Paleo Pinguino.
How me and Pinguino kind of got involved with Paleo Gaming was we both had our own esports organizations that we stopped doing for one reason or another, based on players and some decisions within the amateur esports scene. And then myself, I was still kind of lingering around the social media of the esports scene, and Paleo Prater reached out to me, kind of just a gentleman's discussion about esports and kind of what my experience was with my gaming organization. And kind of the more and more we spoke and talked about things, I started to get interested in paleo gaming, and then he pitched a very fine question to me, which was, "Are you interested in get back into esports?" And that was kind of where we started.
And so after I finished my specific company in esports, I decided to just kind of cruise along and see what else came my way. And then one night I get an email from Danny saying, "Hey, would you like to come shoutcast for the night just as a guest commentator?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I got nothing else going for me." So I decided I'll give it a shot. I got nothing to lose, and worst comes to shove, I'll have a little bit of fun. And so I did that night, and stuck around ever since.
So we have the fortunate ability, and especially in our platform in Twitch, where we can actually see who is watching our presentation and our broadcast. And we can actually interact with the viewers in real time, which is something that sports commentators actually don't get to do, which is kind of fortunate for us. So Pinguino and I, shoutcasting, we hype up the crowd, we call play-by-plays, we give breakdowns and analyses of teams, and we really showcase the players. I mean, that's kind of what I think of. Things to add.
And I feel like shoutcasting is yes, it's a whole bunch of the commentating and the analyst and all these predispositioned roles as you would find in any sports commentating, and especially the added addition of the intimate relationship you'll have with your audience is a lot more hands-on because of things like Twitch in the chat, YouTube in the comments section. The fact that they know you and you know them, and they can watch you and you can like react with them and go through all these roller coasters with them, it makes it a more personal experience and very enjoyable for both the casters, me and him, and the audience. And we already have like a whole bunch of people that we know by name already on the cast. It's like, "Oh, hey, welcome. We love seeing you here." All that stuff. But it's such a rewarding experience, shoutcasting, because the role itself is something that's not new, but in and of itself, it's something completely different nowadays, and it breaks the mold, and it's only getting better because shoutcasters not only do the games, we also we give the world of esports out on this enjoyable silver caveated platter.
The next place that, of course, it's going to be taken is I've said it once before on the stream. Pinguino has said it. We want to get the closest to an LCS stage as we can get for amateur teams, because that's a big deal. It's a huge deal. It's a huge passion of mine.
All right, we are back with the game. It is going to be Paleo Gaming versus Cup of Clorox. Convergence comes through, he's going to flash right through. That's going to be Veer taking a chunk of damage. Wave's going to come through, he's going to get the Jun, the top lane. Mercury's taking a chunk of damage, he's going to have to force a flash the wall. That's going to be 3 quick kills for Paleo across the map as they go through. Parries the knockup, but the knockup comes through regardless a little bit later. And Jun manages to get out as well, but that's a 3 for 3. Waves comes through, double bubble lands. Dragon Minkin taking a chunk of damage, and Jun is tanking the turret right now. Going to be a chrono break to break the aggro. Now Necra takes a lot of damage. Double kill for Fench. Down to 6,000 health, already down to half. Padawan Fench has sniffed it out though. Gonna get to tunnel through. The Grandchild is coming through, but that's a lot of damage coming as well. That's gonna be one Nexus Tower going down. Sayonara's gotta try and do what he can to stall this out, but it might not be enough. Next Nexus turret is already halfway down. Padawan Fench tanking it like he just doesn't care. Nexus is gonna be jumped on. That's gonna be one more. Respawn timers aren't enough, and Paleo Gaming take the win against Cup of Clorox.
So here we are, the local Legends tournament. It's the 11th hour. Things are not looking great for Paleo Tundra. We're proud of them no matter what. This is their first LAN event together as a team. Worst case scenario, they finished second place to Rutgers University, which is a collegiate level team. They're in a best of 3 series. They've lost the first game, so they have to win the next 2 to win. If they lose this game, they're out. So I talked to them with the team, and I said to them, look, if you're going to lose, do it in style. If you're going to win, the only way you're going to do it is by mixing things up, shake up the meta, play something they don't expect. So we're going to try something called the Tundra Hail Mary comp. We're going to see what sticks.
We are here live for game number 2 of the grand finals of the local Legends tournament here at the local battle arena in Fort Lee. Once again, Paleo Tundra versus Rutgers University. Rutgers University taking it once again in a game 1. Very convincing slow roll down the game. We're going to see what happens. Oh no. This is exactly what's going to happen. Oh boy, here we go. Very soon as well. But there's June in the corner. Pillar going to land Frozen Tomb, but he's got the Merc Scimitar. The Genesis Blade is going to pop. Referee's going to slay Alphas. But there's Referee going to go for the shutdown. Double kill coming in. Korean going to take a lot of damage, and a triple kill comes in for Referee. Right here, that's going to be the Nexus turret number 1 going down. Nexus turret number 2 going down. And against the odds, Paleo Gaming Tundra takes us to a game number 3. One last match. Minions about to spawn. Everyone taking up points on the Rift. Let's get this one underway. Right over there. Yeah. But, uh-oh, that's bad. Beautiful Korean. That's it. There's the Alawi. Oh doubles right there. The grand challenge is going to be. But this is a 4v4 now, and they're already on trouble. Glacier Prince comes out. There comes the double bomb. It's not quite enough. Strongbow needs to run away, but everything's going to take him down. Yeah, the third dragon coming in. Double bomb comes through. Paleo has picked up every dragon this game so far. A complete contrast with what they had before, and they pick up this one as well. 3 dragons to 0. Doing field goals through the corner, but Shrew is on the way. They do see him there. He's got a lot of damage coming through. He's going to have to void walk across. Does not. But Noomkiller gets a solo kill in the meantime, but Shrew takes a lot of damage. Strong Dog getting done off by both tanks, and he's not going to be able to do much there. But they're in a pit. That's bad. There comes the Alawi. The Test Spirit comes through. Slapped. There it is. Shrew goes down. Jun doing a lot of damage. Double kill for Jun. And they're going to have to back away. Strong Dog needs to run. And the turn. Oh, wow.
That actually happened. He actually got the tentacle kill off the back of that. That
just happened. The ace comes in. June picks up the kill. Ace 4-0 there as they go for it and take the Baron as well.
This is so crazy. We saw 3 games in a row Paleo drop in convincing fashion in the 3rd game, especially to Rutgers. And now, after that last game, having their comfort picks, not really caring about the meta, playing what they want to play, they have gotten themselves a really nice lead that this 5K gold deficit for Rutgers doesn't even begin to describe.
Because it's a terrifying one. There it is. There goes Nectar.
Oh, the catch.
That threw what's one more Dreadful onto there, but there's going to be Apples taking a lot of damage. Referee going to be able to get the kill. That's a lot of damage going on to Noob Killer. Is going to fall as well. Padawan Fanch is going to fall as well to this one. Beautiful Korean going to pick up a death for himself. Left the game part 2, and that is going to be game number 3, and the win. The local legends, my friends, are going to be Paleo Gaming taking that win in the game 3.
That's it, man.